All right. Good morning, fellow traders, and welcome to today's Technical Tuesday session where we talk about what's technically happening on our two favorite pairs, the Euro USD and the US dollar Japanese yen. So good morning, Alex. Thank you for coming. Good morning, everyone. Especially if you're in the States, it's the morning time. So then what we're going to do in today's Technical Tuesday session is explain what's happening technically for each of these pairs, and then share with you guys what our trading idea would be for today or for this week. Now, I know if you looked at last week's Technical Tuesday session, you would know that we came up with two trading ideas that worked perfectly. Both of them worked beautifully. So then we're expecting the same thing to happen this morning. But good morning, Alex. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Stuart. Thank you for coming and thank you for participating. But our first pair for this morning will be the Euro USD or the fiber, and we're currently looking at the daily time frame. And what you can see here is pretty apparent. Price has been trending to the downside. We see lower lows and lower highs, and actually price is in the middle or in the midst of this descending channel to the downside. Let me just draw that in right quick. We have this falling channel or this descending channel on the daily, and price is contained within that channel. It's testing channel resistance. Let me just draw this channel out first. We have this channel resistance or this ascending trend line resistance. Descending. Or yeah, descending. And we have this channel support right here. Now let me just draw this right around here. So we have this channel resistance, we have channel support, and it's pretty apparent price has been traversing back and forth between channel resistance and channel support. But if you look at price now, you can see that price recently made a new low. Today we made a new 2019 low. Let me first draw this in because this is important. This is our structure. This was the low prior to this week, or really prior to last week. This was the low, but recently we have a new 2019 low, and it's today's low, which is at 1.0880 right now. But that can change as today's session continues. We could see price fall even lower because it's pretty apparent our bias is still to the downside. What we want to do is look for an opportunity to short on a pullback or correction in price. Now, price has been moving in this harmonic fashion to the downside. We talked about this during last week's Technical Tuesday session. One thing you have to understand about the market is that it always moves it always moves symmetrically. It always makes these harmonic moves, these moves of symmetry. For example, what you can see is that, this leg down is sort of similar to this leg down, which is almost similar to this leg down. What we see here is really what you would call a 2-3-6 measured move of this leg right here. I know we can't go into the details of it, but this leg right here is a full measured move, but this leg right here is what we would call a 2-3-6 measured move of this leg. So then whenever you see that, then what you can expect is a possible correction in price. So then price is either going to do this. We're either going to see a correction higher to possibly retest this channel resistance up here, or we're going to see price continue to fall lower and test this channel support, this descending trend line support, or this channel support right here. So then we'll see either of those two scenarios play out. But what we want to do next is go down to a smaller time frame to see what the market is telling us on a smaller time frame. So then what we're going to do next is go down to the 4-hour chart. So let's do that now. All right, so then right now we're looking at the 4-hour chart of this pair, and if you draw this in, even on a 4-hour chart, you can see that there's a channel within a channel. It's pretty apparent price has been trending to the downside, making, you know, a lower low and a lower high. So then our bias is still to the downside. And if you draw in your trend lines, you can see that we have another channel actually. Let me just draw this in. Draw from here to here. And let me clone this line. And you can see that we have another descending channel within this larger daily descending channel. So it's pretty obvious. You know, we have a pattern. We have a descending channel within a larger descending channel. So then that shows us that the bias is to the downside, that this pair has been trending to the downside. It's pretty obvious. There's momentum. There's a bias to the downside. But what we can expect is something like this. And I'm just going to just draw it out to you. This is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting for price to retrace higher, possibly testing this channel resistance up here. So then let me just draw this in. Let me change the color a bit. So then this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for price to come up here, test either this channel resistance or this 20 simple moving average on the 4-hour chart. As a matter of fact, let me identify and isolate the entire region. So then, you know, we have this low right here. This is a structure area that we have to pay attention to. Let me place an arrow in that area so that you can mark it and identify it. So, you know, we have this area right here. And this is, you know, a structure area. It's pretty apparent. Price fell strongly to this level right here at 1.0928 around this area, and then it bounced strongly from it. So then we want to pay attention to this particular level or area when price retraces. So then this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting for price to come or to correct higher into into this particular zone right around here, the zone that I just drew right here. This zone between 1.0920 and 1.0946 or you know, around this particular area. You know, I'm looking for price to correct higher and retrace into this area where it has confluence with this descending trend line resistance. And then from there, I'm looking for an opportunity to short this pair or sell this pair. And I'm going to target the lows right here. I'm not going to shoot for extended targets. I'm just going to target the lows right here on the 4-hour chart or the recent 2019 lows. I'm not trying to do anything more than that. But I'm expecting this to, you know, do something like this where we see this correction and we see a nice selling opportunity to test the lows. And then from there, we're going to see price correct higher and possibly test this channel resistance. That's what I'm expecting to happen. From there, we see this push higher. But first, we're going to have an opportunity to eventually sell right here. And then from there, we may see price bottom out and correct higher and test these highs up here. So that's what I'm expecting for the Euro USD. So yeah. Do you guys have any questions about anything that we just mentioned on today? Remember, this session is for you guys. We want to share with you guys, you know, what we're seeing technically and how we should approach the Euro USD for today's trading. We're expecting for price to correct higher, a little bit higher for today, and possibly give us a selling opportunity somewhere within this zone right here. So then let me know if you guys have any questions. If not, then we can definitely move forward or talk about some other stuff.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good morning. This is me, Marvin. I was just sitting on the side, just listening. Of course, you know, one thing I want you guys to know is that overall, For the mid to long term, of course, our bias for Euro USD is, of course, to the downside. We're expecting downside pressure in the US dollar to benefit, and our analysis to correct higher is based on us seeing just a certain price pattern, or just, based on us seeing that price is approaching exhaustion and getting ready to sort of correct higher. But of course, we're still long on the dollar. The dollar is being traded as a safe haven at the moment, and we're expecting with of course, the upcoming data coming out of the eurozone with signs of recession and just a slowdown in the Germany's economy and even the eurozone overall. We're expecting more downside pressure on the euro and a continuation of US dollar demand. So then that's our pretty much mid to long-term bias. But for the meantime, because it is kind of oversold, we're expecting some type of corrective move of retracement as this particular currency pair unwinds from its extremely short position due to exhaustion, and of course it getting ready to correct and pop higher. So then that's something that I wanted to point out. I know we do have some data coming out this in a few minutes. We have ISM manufacturing numbers from the US, which may create some dollar strength if the numbers come out well. And if the employment component of this report comes out well, then that would definitely add to the US dollar bids and US dollar demand. But anything can happen. The way this type of corrective move would take place will be contingent upon some of the data and headlines that come out throughout the session. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. Also, we had Eurozone inflation numbers that actually came out slightly weaker and actually underwhelmed market expectations. So then this is what's weighing on the Euro USD as well. But I know this is a technical analysis session. We're not going to focus too much on fundamentals and intermarket analysis, but I just kind of wanted to point that out as far as us understanding the reason behind the slide in the euro for today's trading session.
Yep. So then I guess if you don't have any questions, we can definitely move forward. So then guys, right now we have no reason to buy. You're looking to sell, but we're going to look to sell when price gets somewhere within this zone right here at 1.0920 or close to it. Look for an opportunity to sell on bearish confirmation. Sell that lower until we get to the lows right here. If you do feel that we're going to get an extension lower, then you could hold it out lower. It's up to you, because just because we say that price may find support in this area doesn't mean that that support will hold. The reason why we're saying that is because really this whole area is an area of psychological institutional support. At $1.09, right around here, we see this $1.09 level, or 1.09. So then there's a possibility that we may see this, we may see price consolidate around here before it pushes higher. That's the reason why we're assuming that. But for the most part, just like Marvin said, our overall bias is bearish on the Euro USD. We feel that price may fall lower based on technical reasons and fundamental reasons, or the macroeconomic issues that's going on in the Eurozone. So, but yeah, this is what we're expecting. Look for a sell right in this zone. All right, so then with that said, we can jump to our next currency pair, which is the US dollar Japanese yen. And I'm not going to do any top-down analysis. I'm not going to start on the daily time frame for this particular pair. I'm just going to dive right into it. So then, if we look at this pair right now, we could see that it's clearly testing structure resistance. It's testing this zone of structure resistance. Let me change the color, right around here. So we see this zone right here of structure resistance on the 4-hour. Price is pretty much, retesting this previous high right here, because this is what you can consider really a previous high. But it's also currently testing. Well, let me just draw it out so that you guys can see this, because I know it could be kind of hard to see. But we do also have this trend line resistance, which is really an ascending channel. Well, okay, yeah, I think I have this a little bit wrong. Okay, yeah, but yeah, okay, so then what we see right here, let me just delete this. I mean, I don't really need this, but if you was to draw this in, start from here to here, and let me clone this line. Delete this. Yeah, right here. This is better. Because we have three touches. We have a touch here, and a touch here. But what we can see is that also price is testing this ascending trend line resistance, or this channel resistance that was just drawn. This channel on the 4-hour chart. So then, we have confluence here. We have this structure resistance. Look left, structure leaves clues. This is acting as resistance. What was done before may be done again. We see that price rallied all the way up to this area after a strong move and climb to the upside. You can see that price has been climbing for quite a number of weeks, and then it finds some nice resistance in this area. So then it's pretty apparent that this is an area of supply, and price fell strongly from this area. So then there's a likelihood that we could see orders positioned in this same area again to push price down lower, or to cause price to slide lower. Now, bear in mind that we're still in the midst of this ascending channel, which is really a rising channel on the 4-hour chart. If you look at your slow stochastics, it's in overbought territory. Therefore, what we want to do is, well, what we can do is drop down to a smaller time frame to sort of predict and assume what's going to happen. Because from this move right here, like this move right here is really a harmonic move. And let me just show you guys. So if you look at, let me just drag this up, and let me make this a little smaller. If you look at this move here, what we have is this almost like this inverted head and shoulders right here. We have this left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then price pushed up. What you see right here in this inverted head and shoulders, this is what you would call an inverted head and shoulders continuation pattern. It's not really a reversal signal because it's still in the direction of the trend. Price has been trending upward for many weeks, and what we see is an inverted head and shoulders in the midst of that trend, supporting a move to the upside. So then we see that on the US dollar, Japanese yen. But what I want to identify is this leg right here, because we have this leg right here, this move from this low, which is the shoulder of this inverted head and shoulders, all the way up to this high right here. This constitutes for one move. If you clone that wave or that leg and you drag it down to these lows right here, what you see is that we have a one-to-one measured move. This leg right here, well, this current leg right here is equal to the distance or length of this previous leg to the upside. So then what we have is a one-to-one equal measured move. This leg or this wave, whatever you want to call it, is equal to this leg or this wave. So what we're expecting is some sort of correction or pullback in price to take place. Price can pull back and retest this channel support again, which is quite possible. We can quite possibly see that. But and I think we will see that. Like, that's what's going to happen. We're going to see a deeper correction, and I believe it's quite possible for us to see a correction into this zone right here. Let me just draw this in, and let me just change the color. You can see a correction into this zone right here, which is not too far from our psychological level of 108. So between 108 psychological and 108.15 or 14, we could see price fall and correct into this zone, and then that's where we could find a buying opportunity for this particular pair. So then that's what we're also looking for, or looking at on this pair. We're looking for price to fall into this zone right here. And if you look left, there's structure to the left. Structure leaves clues. And then from there, we're going to look for a buying opportunity upon bullish confirmation as price falls into this particular zone right here. However, there's a likelihood that we can also get a break to the downside outside of this ascending channel. And if that is the case, then we definitely want to hold off on our buying opportunity. But before we do that, I want to drop down to the 1 hour time frame, because this is what we're expecting to happen for the long haul. Is something like this where price corrects and then we get another attempt or another push higher to retest this area of structure resistance. That's what we're expecting. However, something could happen on a smaller time frame as well. If you go down to the 1 hour chart, you can see that price is it corrected lower, and this is what I think we're going to see. Let me just draw this out for you guys. We have this push to the upside, price is falling lower, and what's going to happen is it may create a double top, or it could push higher. But from there, we're going to see price fall lower and test this area right down here, where we will look for a buying opportunity and then trade this higher. This is what I think will happen on this pair. So then we'll see what happens. I think price could be in the middle of its retest of these highs right here. Right when price retests these highs, we may see another attempt to push lower. We'll see the sellers come in, push price lower, or cause price to slide down into this zone right here, where we will see buyers position to buy this currency pair and buy it higher until we get a retest of this zone or area again. So then that's what I'm expecting for the US dollar Japanese yen. If you want to play it safe, just wait for price to get down into this zone right here and look for a buy somewhere in this area right here. Just look for a buying opportunity on bullish confirmation. But that's it for the US dollar Japanese yen. I don't have too much to share. As you guys know, the yen has been selling off on this pair. Plus, we've been having US dollar strength as well. So then that's the reason why we see a rally in this US dollar Japanese yen pair, and really in most yen pairs. It's really been in consolidation lately. I can't go into all the details of why. I would have to actually show you guys what's really taking place. We would have to look at a larger time frame in order to really know what's taking place. But for the most part, if you want an intraday trading opportunity, then you could just examine or just pay attention to what we share with you guys on today's Technical Tuesday session. So other than that, I hope you guys got something out of today's session. I hope today's session was very beneficial for you. If you thought the information was good, then you can take your education to the next level by joining our private trading community for $1. We still have that $1 trial available. So then you can test it out for $1. Just go to forexanatomy.com/the-lab, the-lab. Just go to that website, that URL, and you'll have access to, if you decide to join, you'll have access to all of our video tutorials and
multiple webinars.
Yeah, multiple webinar sessions and a bunch of other stuff. We give trade ideas as well. So if you're trying to look for a trading idea, if you don't know what to trade for today or for today, then we'll definitely help you guys out with that.
Provide trade signals in 20 currency pairs.
Yeah. So then, we provide multiple trading opportunities and multiple currency pairs. So then, not just the Euro USD. I know for the free members, we just give you guys information concerning the Euro USD. If you guys really want to expand your arsenal to other currency pairs, or just what you typically use to make money to other currency pairs, then we would highly recommend that you guys join our private community. Just test it out for $1, and if it's not for you, you can easily cancel, if it's not for you. So just let us know, and if you have any questions, and we would definitely answer any of your questions. Also, we do have an opportunity for you guys to talk to us personally. We give 15 to 20-minute phone sessions. So then if you guys want that, before you even commit, just let us know. We would definitely give you a call and explain a few things to you guys. But we really want to see as many of you guys become successful with trading as you possibly can. I know we've just been coming out of a tough month. Well, really, August was a tough month. September was a good month of trading, but August was pretty tough. And of course, our hope is that you guys bounced back and rebounded from that month, and that you guys are trading more safely and really doing good. I think for this last fourth quarter of trading, you're going to find some good opportunities. So then we want you guys to take advantage of those good opportunities, those Grand Slam trading opportunities, which should happen really, really soon, and recoup your trading account. But that's it, guys. Yeah, Marv, did you have anything you wanted to share?
No, I think that's it. Of course, we're not trying to, make this, any type of pitch or sales pitch. We just really want you guys to learn and grow as, profitable traders and end the year off well. So then if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact us, whether it's on the contact form on the website or either through email. Please send us your inquiries and we'll do our best to help you. But just like Nevin said, we're willing to talk to you guys for 20 to 25 minutes over the phone if you need extra support and want more clarity concerning, what our trading community is all about. And also you just need further understanding about currency spot market in general.
Yeah. But yeah. And one thing I want to say before we close off is that, in trading, of course, really the name of the game, it's really all about risk management and risk mitigation. We're not going to give you guys the wrong idea or say that, we get the overall majority of everything correct. Because sometimes things happen in the market that can alter your buys. Any tweet, anything can happen. Any news, can alter the market. And some things are outside of your control. And you have to be okay with that. And that's why it's important to use proper risk management and risk mitigation skills. So then we cover that information in your first month of your trial. We teach you the importance and value of it. Actually, the tutorial that we have back there is life-changing. I know we have a lot of people that said that was one of the best tutorials that, I've saw on risk management, because we really go in depth. We don't teach you all the secrets in this first month as you join and take the $1 trial, but as you stay with us, we're going to reveal more and more to you guys. And we still have some new content that we're going to put back there that's going to really revolutionize your trading, especially when it comes to executing trades confidently, not being afraid of what happens, because you already know how to, mitigate risk and reduce your exposure in the market while making healthy gains at the same time. There's things you can do, guys, that will give you an edge in the market over many other traders. So then we're going to cover that information shortly. We're in the process of creating some new training and adding it to the members area. But what I want you guys to know is that you're going to lose. It's imperative. If you're not able to lose, if you can't handle losing, then maybe trading isn't for you. However, you can mitigate your losses and reduce your losses and trade professionally, trade smart and not dumb and not foolish, like a lot of traders do who liquidate or blow up their whole entire trading account. So then I just wanted to say that so you guys get the proper perspective on really how to trade successfully, because a lot of your most successful traders have an average winning percentage of between 30 and 40%. They only win between 30 to 40% of the time, which means the overall majority of the time they're losing. So how is it that they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a week? Well, you will only know that if you join our private community. But with that said, thank you guys so much for coming. I'm going to wrap it up. We hope you guys got something out of today's session, and we will definitely talk to you guys soon. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, and you will definitely see us next Tuesday in our live trading session. You will see us explain more about the Euro USD and the US dollar Japanese yen. But that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you guys later. All right.